Meet the innovators, Yannick Page and Gary Matalin. Yannick Page launched her first business at age 17 and knows how to start a business on a shoestring budget. She's a certified trainer in entrepreneurship and workforce innovation and is also the founder of the award-winning company, Future Services International. Gary Matalin is the co-founder and director of New Stone Limited and the co-founder and CEO for Kingston Live Entertainment Group that is responsible for Fiction Lounge, Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records, and Famous Nightclub. This season, 10 new assignments will compete to completely transform their businesses. With the help of the innovators, the business with the most positive changes will win $250,000. Yup, that's $250,000, courtesy of JN Small Business Loans. This week, they have a huge task of helping business owner Nick Abba to make more money. Let's meet Nick.
I was born in Nottingham, England, many, many years ago. I spent 12 years in the Royal Air Force. I was officer in the Royal Air Force and I travelled a lot then. When I left the Air Force, I emigrated to Canada and I spent time, and I got hired by a call centre as a trainer. And I worked in Canada in various call centre customer service roles for another 9 years. And then I got a phone call, would you like to come to Jamaica?
Jamaica love, we wanna feel Jamaica love. Everybody wants.
So I came here and I spent 6 years working, and now I'm Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican citizen. I'm married Jamaican, and I live here, and I love it here.
So what a nice place we live. Sweet jam down.
The organisation is called Frontline Evolution, and Frontline, of course, refers to the frontline staff, sales staff, service staff. What we aim to do is we aim to improve our clients' profitability by affecting sustainable change, long-term change to the behaviours of their frontline staff, their salespeople, their customer service people, so they really make a difference to their customers and to their sales revenue.
We have a great set of employees, but since Nick joined us, he has injected new energy, new life into the organization. He doesn't only provide consultancy services, but he also takes an interest in the people.
When I first started this business, I had a vision, which was that my role would be really to be business development, to be moving between clients, and then I'd have staff working for me at each individual client location, doing the day-to-day heavy lifting, building the relationships. And that's the vision. And it's not quite worked out as I expected. And I sort of realised there's one of two problems. Either A, the vision is wrong, or B, my execution is wrong. Well, now I'm here at the Boardroom. I'm very excited. It's a great opportunity to listen to their input and get their advice. I'm sure a lot of it I'll know myself, and sometimes it just needs someone from the outside giving that kick and telling you, Nick, you should listen to yourself, listen to that voice inside. But I'm also sure there's going to be things that I've not thought of, and I'm really excited to hear those.
You provide business training. Is that?
It's part of what we do. I think the training on its own will give you great skills, but won't change behaviours. Many organisations, they will invite people in to train, or they say, I got a trainer in to do sales training, to do service training, and it didn't make a difference. The problem there is what those managers are trying to do. They're trying to outsource their problem to the trainers. There's probably nothing wrong with the training, it's the execution after the training. So while training is an important part of what we do, we try to offer full solutions, and that can involve embedding a client at the location for a prolonged period, or working on a sustainability plan. Because at the end of the day, skills don't matter if you don't change behaviours.
I get that, but already I'm having a problem because you won't simplify for me just what the services are.
The services, what we do rather than what we try to achieve.
Yes.
Okay, training, number one, process design, service process, sales process, sometimes operational processes.
So Nick, let me understand, you have an issue right now with some of your customers wanting you specifically as opposed to some of your training staff that you have within the organization?
To some degree, yeah, that is part of it, and sometimes maybe it's me, maybe I'm not letting go as much as I should do. One of the challenges I face is that I'm the first person they tend to meet usually is me, and I think to some degree they buy into me as well as buy into my vision and what I'm talking about. And there's been situations where I've not been the person doing the service delivery, and the clients come and say, Nick, we want you, which is nice to hear, for my ego. But the reality is, it's not the vision. I can't be building this business if I'm delivering all the training.
Who is your typical customer? And
your typical industry?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a target market is any organisation with 20 or more customer-facing staff.
So, I mean, so you do work for one entity, for example.
Okay.
How much repeat business do you get from that one entity?
So far, we're doing pretty well. For instance, one insurance company, we were brought on to do their telesales. I set up the telesales centre for them, and they asked me back to help set up their claims centre. I could work as an individual consultant, I think earn a decent living, but that's not being an entrepreneur, that's being self-employed.
Will Nick listen to the innovators? Or will he stay on his original path? Join us after the break and let us know what you think on Twitter at The Innovators JA and on Facebook at www.facebook.com/TheInnovatorsTV. This segment was brought to you by JN Small Business Loans. Believing in you.
Be sure to keep proper records of your business transactions. This allows you to accurately measure the progress of your business and assist in making informed decisions.
This segment is brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages. What will you discover today?
How long have you been in business?
Just over a year.
So what's special about your training? What's unique? What is it about what you do that nobody else offers?
The difference is that we're offering a complete solution. I don't think price is a major issue, and one of the challenges is I've signed contracts with companies based on the assumption that I'm not going to do the service delivery. And I ended up doing it, and that's been a problem.
Okay, but you said you don't think price is a major issue. Have you done any research?
What we do is, the only research we're doing is proactive sales. I have somebody working for me who is working on a process of mail call. So we start with an initial phone call, which is about gaining the details of it's a standard sort of thing. Get the details of key people. We then send a tailored letter with brochures. And quite frankly, I did this in the 90s, and it's more powerful now because very few people get a letter these days. It's all electronic. And then the third phone call, the only purpose of that is to get an appointment for me to sit in front of the decision maker.
You know what, Nick, you've spoken so much about your process and how effective it is, and we really wanted to be able to test that.
It's not that effective. If it was really effective, I wouldn't be here.
Okay, but we still wanted to test it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we did that already.
I beg your pardon? Well, it was a bit of a shock, and I got the phone call.
Hi, Mr. Abbott? Yeah? How are you? My name is, my name is...
You forgot your name, haven't you? You went, my name is, and you went,
There was something about it I thought was a little bit odd.
Okay, my name is Jodian Williams, and I'm actually starting a call center, and it's very small though, and I know that you usually work with the big companies, but I was wondering if you'd consider actually coming in. We're looking for somebody to do customer service training with our reps, and we're starting with 6. I'd like to meet with you as early as possible.
How did you get my name out of interest?
A friend gave it to me.
A very good friend. Thank you very much for your call.
No problem.
I'm so glad that I handle it in the way that I train people to do, is just to assume the best and see it as a potential opportunity, and so I'm glad that came across quite well.
Okay, so Nick, that was fantastic, and you're true to your word. You really are somebody you're a man of action. You are ready to meet with a client. That's such an effective way to go about sales. So we would have to strategize for that. So give us a little while.
Sure.
We're going to try to create a plan for you, and then we're going to call you back in and discuss it. Okay, so Nick has a huge advantage. And, it may be controversial, but it's a reality. As a people, we tend to prefer foreigners.
I don't know if I fully agree with that. If Nick came from foreign and was chatting a lot of foolishness, he wouldn't be in anything sustainable. He would not be able to get the traction that he's gotten.
Don't agree.
He's a white man from England.
They have a distinct advantage. Gary and I are not seeing eye to eye on this one. We are not agreeing. He has a distinct advantage.
Maybe to get through the door. If your theory is valid, then maybe to get through the door, Yannick. But how is he supposed to keep business from some of the largest companies in Jamaica because of where he comes from and what he looks like?
I could go in there and I would be saying the same things that he's saying, and I assure you, he's gonna get a meeting. I can't.
Because of where you come from or how you look, that's not enough to build a business off of. Make get you through the doors, but you need to have substance.
The truth may hurt, it may offend, but the truth is the truth, and I'm going to speak the truth.
All right, you know what I think is important, or what concerns me about Nick more than anything else, is that Nick believes that his product has to be 100% customized.
Yeah.
And he's not thinking in terms of any form of standardization or anything that can be a formal documented methodology.
Before he does any of that standardization, Gary, the first thing is to listen to the market. But you can't go and create a product until you've spoken to the market and see what they want.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Do we agree?
We kind of agree.
I kind of agree. All right, let's give it.
Why? First time me and Nick have a war in the boardroom. Anyway, I think we agree on most things.
Really, where your market is going to be, where you're going to see the growth is in the small and medium-sized companies, and more so the small companies, those with less than 20 employees, right?
Yes.
And in order for you to do that, the first thing you need to do is to not so much say that you have to tailor-make your product, because that's your approach. This is, you're almost very rigid. This is what I need to do, but kind of listen to them and see what they want.
I thought the advice from Yannick was very, very good. What she did was she hit the nail on the head. The challenge of my vision is the scalability. And the way I'm going now is always going to be a challenge to scale it, because when I'm with blue chip clients, they're always going to look for somebody like me with 20, 30 years experience. So by having a separate model in tandem that allows me to focus on a different market segment, I'm pure genius. I absolutely thought it was great.
I think that there are things that you do now that can be transferred into more of a template, not cookie cutter, but something that is that we can replicate. There's a lot Nick can do with the skills that he has, but he needs to open his mind to scaling up the business.
You've got to be very particular about who you hire. And the fact that you want them to maintain this image that's consistent with what people expect from you and from your brand. You do your training and you are used to physically training. I am suggesting taping those trainings, having them available for sale, and then you will also couple that training with some level of interaction with one of your staff members. And that's the way that we are able to scale what you've created and the value you've created to so many people so that you are able to grow this business.
Nick already has a good business. He's profitable. He wants to carry it to another level. So I think the advice that we give him will help him to reach those goals.
Well, I had a lot of fun in the boardroom. I enjoyed meeting Gary and Yannick. It was everything they said made perfect sense. They're great people, and I'm really looking forward to the assignment. I can't wait. One of my people, Sheldon, called up a company to speak to the HR director. Got nowhere. I just picked up the phone and said, "May I speak to it's Nick Abbott, please? May I speak to straight through?"
That's
straight
what
through.
I'm talking about.
Wasn't no.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying that's not enough to build a business
No.
off of. It's
a useful tool, though.
It's a useful tool.
Will Nick solve all his problems before his update with the Innovators? Join us after the break to find out, and let us know what you think on Twitter @TheInnovatorsJA and on Facebook at www.facebook.com/TheInnovatorsTV. This segment was brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages. What will you discover today?
Approximately 6 months ago, Google reached out to the Jamaica Yellow Pages to be their premier small and medium-sized business partner not only in Jamaica but in the Caribbean. What this means is that Jamaica Yellow Pages is now the authorized reseller of Google products in Jamaica and the Caribbean. Now, what does this mean for our advertisers? This means that we will now be the primary vehicle for ensuring that our advertisers can reach their target audience on the Google Display Network at the point in time that they are searching for them. Jamaica Yellow Pages continues to provide new and creative solutions that will help our customers to find their target audience not only through products such as the Google Display Network, which is online, but also through print and mobile, and also our recently launched Text Yellow. For over 50 years, we have been trying to continuously find ways and means that our advertisers will always be number one and will also be receiving the highest value from their marketing budget. This Google partnership is no different, and it's just the latest in our edition of products that will help you to reach your audience when you want to reach them. Print, online, and mobile. We are here for you.
This segment is brought to you by Future Services International, putting money in your pockets and justice in your hearts. The Innovators assign Nick a mentor. Meet Audrey Hinchcliffe, the Chief Executive Officer of Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited. She has a proven record in achievement in business administration education, training, and consultancy services.
I'm really excited to meet Mrs. Hinchcliffe because you don't build a business from scratch like she has into something so impressive without having a huge wealth of information and advice to give.
Hi Nick, welcome to Manpower Group of Companies.
Thank you, Audrey, delighted to be here.
Hearing a little bit about you and your company. Let's operate on the drop-dead principle.
Okay.
You didn't wake up tomorrow morning. What happened to the business, the client's business?
Much of it won't get done.
Okay, all right. So the gap I am hearing here is that you are now at the level where you should have the level staff that you are an advisor to. There will be exceptions that you have to do the hands-on yourself, but you now need to set up your structure in such a way that the level staff that you are bringing in, you are now the advisor to that staff to go out and deliver the service to your client. My suggestion is that go back to book.
Okay.
Sit down, document who I am, what I'm doing, where I am, where I want to go, and how am I going to get there. Because you must be able at each point to evaluate your own work. And believe you me, growth is a good thing, but growth could also be a bad thing. Rapid growth, that is. So I'm happy to hear that you are getting the clientele that you went after and you want to move to the next level. But structure, the technology, all those things now have to come into play because you don't want to overload yourself with warm bodies that cannot deliver what you want to deliver.
So it was really fantastic to meet Mrs. Hinchcliffe. Audrey's a truly inspiring person and leader, and she certainly gave me some great advice and an awful lot to think about. So I've now got someone in my corner as a mentor and part of my network, and that of course is fantastic. And then I'm really now looking forward to moving on to the assignment, which is, here we go, so bring it on. So now it's time to get started on the assignments. I'm really excited. I'm here at my offices and I'm waiting for Dana Wallace. And what Dana's going to do is show me how to get started, how to get online, how to put this face online so that people can get my training outside of the classroom. And I really can't wait.
Hi Nick, thank you for having me here at Frontline Evolution. I'm really excited to be with you here today. Yannick and Gary had spoken to me and mentioned to me you need some help with scaling your business and learning how to take what you do now in your business online. I'm going to teach you how you can take what you're doing and actually do these sessions, the same sessions that you're doing in person now that require your time, how you can begin to put these online so you can serve more people at the same time using the power of the internet. Great. The beauty of webinars is that's going to solve two problems for you. It's going to allow you when you need to be the instructor to do that, and you can also have some of your team be the instructor as well. But it's also going to allow you to have a recording of those sessions. So if you want to, after you've done your first webinar or your first 2 or 3, what I'd recommend to you is you can do 2 or 3 live, and a webinar really is a live experience, so it's happening in real time. Do 2 or 3 live, and then after you've done that, you can pick the best of the 2 or 3, and the recording you can sell as a product over and over again. So you may not necessarily have to be there in person delivering the content.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, not only is it incredibly simple, but I was really concerned that we'd have to make huge compromises to the way we deliver material. But with just a few minor adjustments, we're going to be there. Really looks really great. So here we are, just about to start the final assignment. I'm meeting with a group of wonderful small business owners. They're going to help us by telling us how they think that Frontline Evolution can help them with their sales and their customer service. So I'm really excited, so let's go. Well, welcome everybody, and a huge thank you to each of you for taking time from your busy schedules to come and help us today. What I really am looking forward to getting from each of you is your feedback and your comments and how my organisation can help your organisations grow and make more money by improving their sales and their customer service.
The challenge is actually customer service. How can you bring across to have that customer return, have them as a returning customer, because that's how your business grows.
I want to ensure that I have trustworthy individuals who are just as good with service and sales like myself.
Ultimately, you've all described challenges that you're having, some of them within your businesses, and each of you has come up with at least one where I think that Frontline Evolution can help. Well, that was great. Really enjoyed meeting those small business owners, and they gave me some huge amount to think about. My next step is I'm going to put together a short, maybe 1 hour training session, which is going to be free of charge, and I'm going to spread it out there. I've got a lot of work ahead of me, but I'm really, really excited and really looking forward to it.
It's time for Nick to update the innovators on his progress. Will he be a contender for JN's $250,000 prize? Let's find out.
Welcome back.
Yannick, Gary, thanks. Great to be back.
Give us an update.
The very positive news is that my core product's been going very well. I've signed 2 new contracts since I was last here. Got a third one that's that close.
I'm really thrilled. I really am. I feel the progress, and I know that given the standard that you deliver, the sky is going to be the limit. I think it's upward for you and onward.
Great. Well, thanks. Thanks for everything you've done for me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, one of the greatest parts about this assignment is that Nick came in here with an already successful business and he wanted to carry it to the next level. It's so important that you remain on the leading edge. You need to remain cutting edge to remain competitive.
Nick has made so much progress in the last few weeks. I am so excited for him. You know, his is a type of business that is very common for, you know, in terms of service businesses, and they're usually difficult to scale. What he has found is that he has to go after a larger market, and he has to go after more standard products, and he has to use technology. And I just love the idea of utilizing the existing technology to be able to grow your business and make more money.
A special thanks, of course, to Yannick and Gary for what they've done. It's been really, really fantastic experience. And to any business, big or small, if you really want to see how you can drive profits, increase customer satisfaction by changing the behaviours of how your frontline people, your sales staff, your customer service staff, how they behave, what they do, how they interact with your customers, contact Frontline Evolution, frontlineevolution.com.
The boardroom table and chairs were provided by the Corporate Interiors International Limited. We sell solutions, not just furniture. Gary's wardrobe was provided by Max Brown Limited. For further information on any of our assignments, please visit us at facebook.com/innovatorstv or email us at innovatorstv@gmail.com. Next time on The Innovators, taxi company owner Dion Chance drives head-on into the Innovators boardroom, but he encounters some speed bumps.
I am concerned about buying all these vehicles. You will take on the risk almost 100%.
Will he be successful or will his business crash? You'll have to tune in to find out. The Innovators was brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages, JN Small Business Loans, and Future Services International.